Did you see President Barack Obama put the smackdown on Donald Trump and claim that the Trump economy was really the Obama-Biden economy? It happened on the campaign trail on Wednesday, October 10th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's what happened.
And the reason some people think, wow, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good because it was my economy.
Exactly.
We had had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did.
Nope.
I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing. And the reason some people think, wow, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good because it was my economy.
Exactly.
We had had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me the last time. So just in case everybody has a hazy memory, he didn't do nothing.
Exactly. Donald Trump didn't do anything except inherit a healthy economy. The unemployment rate was 4.7% in January 2017 when Obama-Biden left the White House. Under Obama-Biden, they created 11.3 million jobs. They brought the U.S. out of the recession. A few great articles on this subject. NBCnews.com has one. Data shows Trump didn't build a great economy. He inherited it, okay, which is absolutely correct. 11.3 million jobs created under the 8 years of Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Remember when they came into office, the U.S. was losing 500,000, 600,000, 700 jobs a month. Remember when they came into office in January 2009, you're going to have the Recovery Act shortly after that, $800 billion Recovery Act. There were stimulus checks as well. And this created 10 years of growth. You had 75 consecutive months of private sector job growth under the Obama-Biden administration. They handed off this healthy economy to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump squandered it and mishandled the COVID pandemic. If we look at this article here from Forbes.com, it breaks it down. Obama's 2009 Recovery Act kicked off over 10 years of economic growth. This is from February 17, 2020. So remember, February 17, 2009, President Barack Obama signed the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009, also known as the Recovery Act into law. This was an $831 billion spending bill that kicked off the longest period of economic growth and job creation in American history. So if you're talking about how the economy was better under Donald Trump, if you're talking about lower prices, etc., remember, it was Obama-Biden that brought the U.S. out of the recession that was handed to them by George W. Bush and Republicans. They cleaned up that mess and left Donald Trump with a great economy, and he squandered it. You had 75 consecutive months of private sector job growth and a 4.7% unemployment rate when Obama-Biden left office. This article from theatlantic.com explains it. Obama's final job report makes 75 consecutive months of growth. This is what Donald Trump inherited, but he tries to claim that he created it himself. He did not create it. And for those who say they want Donald Trump back in office because they had money because of stimulus checks during the Trump administration, keep in mind that that was Congress that passed that, and there was a Democratic Congress that won the midterm election in 2018 who fought for larger stimulus checks. But that was Congress that passed those two coronavirus bills. Donald Trump signed it into law. Donald Trump was so vain, he insisted that his signature be on those checks, which actually held up the disbursement of those checks. Now, under the Biden-Harris administration, you had the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan in March of 2021, and you had $1,400 stimulus checks plus, because some of them were larger than that. So the checks coming from the Biden-Harris administration were larger than the ones coming from the Trump-Pence administration. But also you had the child tax credit, which lifted hundreds of thousands of African-American children out of poverty. And it was that $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan that no Republicans in the House or the Senate voted for. No Republicans in the House of Representatives or the U.S. Senate voted for that bill. This is the bill that brought us out of COVID, rejuvenated the economy. You've had 42 record highs from the stock market. You've had 16 million jobs created, 2.4 million jobs for African Americans. And I encourage people to take a look at this fact sheet from whitehouse.gov. Fact sheet: the Biden-Harris administration advances equity and opportunity for Black Americans and communities across the country. This one came out February 27, 2023. It's a 36-page document that walks you through how the policies from the Biden-Harris administration are helping the African-American community. They talk also about the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, the fact that 60% of the fact that you've had the fastest growth of African-American owned businesses in 30 years. Also, $17 billion for HBCUs. You've had the median household net worth for African-American households increased by 60%. And they talk about how the American Rescue Plan, the Inflation Reduction Act, all these other bills, the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, are helping the African-American community. Okay, so proper documentation ends all conversation. Check this out at whitehouse.gov. Share it with your friends as well. Share the facts, do the research, compare that to what Donald Trump and Republicans are talking about. Compare that to his Agenda 47. Compare that to Project 2025. I'm Michael Imhotep, historian and national political commentator. You can watch me every Friday on Roland Martin Unfiltered on the Black Star Network. You can also watch me on my show, the African History Network show, Sundays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Visit my website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Follow me on our Facebook fan page, The African History Network, where I have 1 million followers. My YouTube channel, Michael Imhotep, IMHOTEP, and Michael Imhotep on Instagram. Right now, it's correct wrong behavior. It's not over till we win. Wakanda forever. We'll talk to you.